Here's my theory on TV shows and why I'm scared. So, I've always been a TV lover, right? Someone would ask me film or TV show, I'd say TV show. Someone would ask, what's your favorite activity? I'd say TV show. Charm, Buffy, Veronica Mars, my wife and kids, are you kidding? Me and my siblings would eat that up. I don't know, I guess I've always been able to relate better to characters I would follow through a long period of time. So those episodes would usually last 25 or 45 minutes, and the season would have 20-something episodes. But what was interesting about them is that they'd usually be standalones. No need to have seen anything else to enjoy it. In my lifetime, I've seen 3 notable changes in show format, the first one being the disappearance of standalone episodes. Those new shows, Vampire Diaries, Pretty Little Liars, Once Upon a Time, 90210 New Generation, which I called teenage shows out of pure artistry, because I was a teenager at the time, were packed with cliffhangers, but really, those would only hide how lacking the whole plot was. Left me traumatized, I cannot deal with them anymore. That whole thing was starting to get boring, but I'd still watch shows, duh. Only trying to find some mind gold. Well, boy, oh boy was I rewarded with that view. I was looking at that scene with my eyes wide open. Whoa, like what? What was I witnessing? I thought, right at that moment, this is new. I'm not just entertained, but amazed. That show is moving the industry forward. That change in TV felt like fairy dust, and it was just the beginning. For me, it was Outlander. For others, Stranger Things or Game of Thrones. Those episodes were longer, those seasons shorter, which I had never seen before. That's probably the reason it got so good, because they treated them like small movies, still working their asses off for longer format. Now there were no cliffhangers to hook the viewers no matter the content, but every effect got used to benefit the plot. Those shows are well-rounded. They're great at pretty much everything, and sometimes they actually are the best. So then we got Outlander. Great chemistry, aesthetics, clothing. The Crown. Great aesthetics, great episode conception based on real life, which isn't that easy to do because life isn't compartmentalized into episodes. Stranger Things, trendsetter, great characters, humor. The Handmaid's Tale, looks like a painting, strong storytelling, relatable characters. Mrs. Maisel, funny, great clothes, over-the-top characters. The Haunting of Hill House, pushes horror into a new level of psychology that makes you cry. Great acting, and that writing. I've always been mostly touched by acting and writing when it comes to movies, shows, and so on. Let's say that their level is on another planet. Perfect, well, no, as nothing is, but captivating at least. While those new great actors were pretty unknown at first, they would deliver some of the best performances I've ever seen in movies and TV combined. With time, we started to see something quite revealing happen. Big screen actors starring in shows. Before, you'd hear, being a movie actor is more prestigious than being a TV actor. What does it mean today? That era really elevated shows to a different level it had never been on before. I called it the golden age of shows. Not only the new format had an impact on the quality, but the emerging platforms like Netflix made the industry more competitive because they wanted it. They wanted it big time. All those shows are risky and unique. If you think about it, what show is like Stranger Things? None. They try to create copies and, well, that's like my next point. After the golden age of shows, what do we get and, most importantly, why? I see some of you coming. COVID and the author strike had an impact on it all, of course. But not because it slowed it down, which it did. COVID gave platforms so much power that it got very, very comfortable. Netflix got all cozy and made a backflip. And some old concept got the best of us. Algorithm. People embrace risk to get recognized, but once recognition is there, they become afraid to risk it all. So, no risk, easy peasy, and we plateau. Wait a second, what makes me think about the ratio no risk, same success? They're already at the top, made some stories so popular that they know their names will attract viewers. They already have the copyright, so they can do pretty much the same thing, and ta-da! Don't get me wrong, there are little glimpses of art in what they do, as they still push animation forward. But when it comes to storytelling and writing, oh my god. That's what happens when firms make money their sole priority, which, I get your business, but you can care about both art and money. Don't you know that society shines when art is at its best? And storytelling can arise from the ambition of money, but won't survive on it alone. We'll become our own dystopia. I don't want to be a robot, please. I don't want it. The fear, when I realized all my shows were gonna end at the same time. Oh Lord. None of you understand the fear. I got lost in my thoughts, having spent 2020, 2021, 2022 not giving a damn, suddenly understanding what had been happening all along. The reversed Uno card on my 16-year-old self. There it was. Terror. I started counting. When was the last great show I had seen and when was it made? None of them would cross the 2020 line. I thought, we're screwed. Yes, all of us. You too. Let's say The Haunting of Bly Manor was released after, yes, and pre-existing shows remained. As for now, we got some announcements like Blood of My Blood, which is already out. That's fine. The Testament, which is coming. Is it what we're reduced to, though? Relying on sequels? Recycling? Not bringing Disney into the discussion again, but... Because what is Netflix giving us right now? Copies. The pale version of your favorite show, and another pale version of that other pale version. And all pale versions are nothing but pale. They have the same feeling, the same rhythm. The acting is fine, the writing is fine, or bad, let's be honest, sometimes, like, ugh. And as of its definition, they aren't unique. They're just okay. Those platforms are watering our favorite shows down, but that's fine. Are we gonna be left with déjà vu shows? So we can go to sleep like nothing really matters anymore? Or can we still get jaw-dropping content that keeps us awake all night long? So now what? Should we create a petition? Should we create our own show? And we're all gonna have fun. What should we do to save the golden age of TV shows?